Okay. So so what we discussed yesterday, I mean, we discussed about, right, the EC2 we started, right, how to connect to a EC2 instance, how to create a Linux server, right, how to create a Windows server, how to connect to a Windows, right, server, and how to connect to a Linux server, what are the methods of connectivity. So please follow the yesterday's class recording. Okay. So what we will do today, so we will see the continuation of EC2. Okay. So let me sign into the console. I hope everyone created their AWS accounts. If not, please create it. Okay. So yeah, I already logged in. That's why it's directly logged. Okay. So anyway, let me go to EC2. Right. You can go to. Yes, thank you. So EC2. So instances, right? Currently there are no instances in my account, right? So instance is nothing but a server, right? Instance is nothing but, right, server, right? So okay, okay. So instance is nothing but a server. So you can manage, right, in AWS data centers. You can utilize it, right? So you can, right, you can connect to it, right? You can connect to it. Okay, so how to do that? So let me show you, right? So right, yesterday we discussed, right, let me launch instance, let me launch a instance. Okay, so number of servers are one. Okay, number of servers are one. So this is my Linux server. Okay, or this is my Windows server, for example. Okay, so I want to create a Windows, right? Windows operating system, right? 2022 base AMI, 1 GB RAM, right? And I will create a new key pair called test. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right? So test AB 1, 2, 3 something. Okay, this is networking. So we are not touching networking sections options today. This is 30 GB C drive. If you want 50 GB, you can select 50 GB. Right, you're eligible for 30 GB free because it is your free account, right? So and launch it. I just creating a Windows server, right? So let, right, so right, so it is getting created. Let's wait. Windows, right? This is your Windows, right? So right, so let's connect to a, right, let's see few options. Okay, few options. So this is your Windows server, it is running state, right? So if you want to, right, if you want to stop it, you know the option, go to instance state, you will stop it. If you stop, what it will happen? So let's see, let's discuss about instance states. Instance states. So what are the instance states we have? We have running state. That means instance is running. We have pending states. Whenever you created a server, that server will go to a pending state. Then it will go to running, right? So and you have one more, right? Like stopping. Okay, we'll call it as shutdowning state. Okay, shutdowning. Okay, and we it will go to stopped state. Okay, and if you terminated, it will get terminated. Okay, terminated, right, terminated, and it will go to sometime stopping state. So all these states except running and stopping, you have to pay the money. Other states, right, you don't need to pay the money to AWS. Why you have to pay money in running state? Because right, because you're utilizing, right? And stopping means sometimes because of your application, the stopping takes multiple, right, take multiple process to be killed, and it will be get stopped. So that's why you need to pay stopping state also the bill. Okay, so remaining all states you don't need to worry about that, right? So these are the things. But if you want to stop it, what you're doing basically, select the server, stop it. But if you stop it, it will get stopped. But how to prevent that? How to prevent that? You can go to actions. You can have the right instance settings. You have shutdown behavior. So if you select change the shutdown behavior to right, change the shutdown behavior. If you whenever you shut down, if you want the server to be terminated, if you select this, it will get terminated. Okay, this is changing the shutdown behavior. But how to protect it? You have to go to instance settings. You have change termination protection, change stop protection. So if you enable the stop protection, if someone want to stop your server, it will not. That means any newly joined person want to stop it, right? So maybe by mistaken he don't know. So it will prevent. It will protect that, right? So right. So if you want to do that again, right, you can disable it, right? You get back to the previous state. You can disable this, right? Similarly, you have termination protection as well. You have to go to actions, instance settings. You have stop protection and you have termination protection. So, right, protection, you have chain stop and termination, right? Protections we have, right? So, like that, right? So, anyway, this is your Windows server. I added a storage, okay, 30 GB. But where, so actually in AWS, these storages are separately managed. Okay, we are calling instance equal to server, right? But we are in AWS, the disk is named it as volume. So volume is nothing but your disk or drive. Okay, so C drive, right? Your C drive is named it as a volume or a, right? A D drive named it as a volume. So where you will see those, you can search for volume service. You can see here volumes are EC2 futures. Okay, just go to here. So this is your server having instance ID, and this is your volume, right, of 30 GB. This is your volume ID. Here you can see it is in use. It is attached to which server? Windows server, right? You can see which server it is attached. What I will do, I will, right? I can change the name, but instance ID cannot be changed, right? So let me change the name. I will say C drive of Windows. Okay, C drive. So I'm going with a C drive. That is 30 GB. IOPS, input output per second. This is speed, we can call it. Okay, the read and write speed. So okay, so let's do right. So this is C drive. Okay, let me connect to the server. Okay, let me connect. Select the server, click on connect, right? RDP client, download the remote desktop file, right? Open the remote desktop file, open it, right? Connect, right? So what is the password? Username is administrator. You can see here. What is the password? You need to upload that, right? Test AB123 file and decrypt that file, right? Decrypt it. Okay, and you will get a password. Copy the password, paste here, say yes. You're connecting to a you're connecting to a Windows server having C drive of having C drive of right 30 GB. right? You are inside the server of AWS, right? So this is your AWS server, right? This is your Windows server. This is your storage, right? 30 GB. Let's wait. It is loading because it's a 1 GB RAM server. Okay. Okay. So this is your server which is ready. Let me go to my computer. Let me show you C drive of 30 GB, right? So, so what if you need to increase this 30 GB to 50 GB? How you will add a new disk? How will you add a new disk? Let's see that. Okay. So this is your C drive, right? If you want to, right? If you want to, right, modify it, you can click on select the server, go to act, select the volume, sorry, select the disk, right? Select the volume, right? So select it, go to actions, right? Modify. You can click on modify. So now if you want to change it 50, select 50 and modify, right? So right, it is getting modified, right? In use, it is modifying, right? Needs to be converted, right? Completed. Let's wait. Okay. And if you want to add a D drive, currently my server is under Mumbai region AP South 1. In Mumbai, it is there under 1B availability zone. Mumbai is AP South 1. B is second availability zone, right? What I said initial classes. So availability zone is a place. Here Mumbai is a place, and right, region, right? Mumbai is a region, right? Uh, it is having multiple data centers named it as availability zones, so like this, right? So this is Mumbai. I will call this is a region, right? And this is a term called it as AP South 1. Let me take the name. Let me provide here. This is AP South 1. I will call this AP South 1A availability zone. This is another availability zone. This is another availability zone. Right? It's three availability zones. Right? So we'll call it as availability zones. So why? The distance, minimum distance between individual data centers is minimum 100 kilometers. 100 k. That means if you have any power cut here, any disaster recoveries have happened, still you can access it from this data sets, right? So application is highly available to the customers, right? So right now your server is created under 1B, right? So 1B episode 1B, your Windows server is here, right? So your Windows server is here. This is your Windows server. What about your Windows server disk? Where it is located? This is also here, episode 1B. So this is cably connected. That's why wherever you create a server, that server related disk also in the same region, same availability zone. Okay. I will say this is EC2. This is volume, right? Right. Right. So if you want to create a new disk, this is a volume, or I will call it as C drive, right? So if you want to add a new disk, okay, it is cably connected. Okay, you can see this is connection of cable. Okay, cably connected. Okay, cably connected. So if you want to add a new disk, okay, if you want to add a new disk, right? So it should be under same availability. Why? Because if you created here your new disk, D disk, you cannot cable it with 100 kilometers cable, right? So it should be under same availability zone. Okay, it should be under same availability zone. Okay, same availability zone. Okay, so for that, what you need to do? For that, what you need to do, right? You need to create a volume, right? So how to create your volume? How to create your disk, right? Here, this is your C drive. Similarly, you need to create a new drive. How to create it? Create volume. Click on create volume. So in laptops, how we have SSDs, solid state drives for speed, right? Hard drives such as HDD called hard disk drive. Similarly, in AWS also we have SSD types, HDD types. Okay, so we will discuss these types, volumes. Okay, some other services tomorrow. So anyway, I will go with SSD. I want new disk, some 30 GB, okay, or 25 GB D drive, okay, and where I need to create. So if I create it under 1B, then only I can attach it, new disk. If I create it under other locations, I cannot. So what I need to do? I need to create it under 1B. Let me select 1B, right? And after that, I need to add a name called tag D drive, right? This is the name. Let me create. Now D drive is created, right? It is creating. Let's wait. It is any attached to any server? No. Let's wait. Once it is coming, right? Once it is up, available, we can attach. How to attach? Select your volume, go to actions, attach, select your server, select, attach. So now it is getting attached. You can see earlier it is available, now it is in use. Attaching to your server. Let's refresh. Attached. Right now I can go to here, right? Now I can go here. Am I see my computer? No, right? So, so what I need to, yeah. So I will provide you a drive link for AWS Part 1. So you can just try to access it. Okay, just try to access it. Is it? Okay, this is AWS Part 1. Let me give the link. Share, copy. Just click on this and ask for the access. I can provide the access to you. I just shared our chart. Okay. Okay, so I will accept it. Okay, once I got some time, I will provide the access. Okay, so I hope everyone tried. I can see. Okay, 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 fine. Just check it. I can see only few persons are asking. Other people, I don't know. Just try that. Okay, just try to ask for the access. So now, right, this is your right thing. So now in the my computer, you're not unable to see that. What you have to do, you have to go for a disk management. There you will manage your all the disks. Go here, right? Go there and right here you can see this is your C drive, 20 GB is allocated. That means you need to add this, right? I try to add, right? So you need to right click on this 30 GB. Extend. You want to extend this, right? Extend the C drive. Next. This is the 20 GB. Finish. Now it become 50. Earlier it is 29.9. If you refresh, you can see 49.9. 20 GB is extended. What about this 25 GB? I want to create this as a drive, right? I need to click on right click. First of all, it is offline, right? Make it as online. And next, you need to initialize. This is currently not initialized. Hit initialize. Okay, done. And what you need to do, take this 25 GB, right click, create a new volume. Next, 25 GB, and apply some drive letter, right? Assign a drive letter, right? If you want to add a drive letter, accept C because C is already utilized. I'll add some P, right? Next, next. Here you are using NTFS. NTFS is a networking, right? Networking file system. Okay. So, right. Okay. All right. So, right, is the new technology. Okay. It's a new technology file system. So, let me go to next. Finish. Now, if you see, your data, right? So, this is how you will add a new disk and extend your new disk or extend your old disk, right? So, by using disk management. So I have done that, right? I have done that, but that is for Windows. Let me do it for a Linux as well. Let me do it for a Linux as well. I need to click on launch instance. So this is my Linux server. Number of servers are 1, and I would like to go with Amazon Linux, 1 GB RAM. I will use same old password. Okay. This is SSH. Yesterday I said, right? So SSH is 22 port. If you want to access Linux server, there is a port should be opened, right? So there will be a firewall to your server. If you want to connect to a server, it should be port should be open, connectivity port. If it is Windows 3389 port RDP, okay. If it is Linux, SSH port 22. Here RDP means remote desktop, SSH means secure shell. Okay. So here security group, right? Here in security group, SSH 2240, right? And this is your disk 8 GB. So in Linux, we are calling it as primary disk. In Windows, we are calling C drive, right? And Linux, we are calling primary disk. Okay, right? And the symbol for the C, right? Primary disk is slash. Okay, slash. We'll call it as slash drive. Okay, so right in Windows we're calling primary drive, right? Primary drive, but in Windows, right? In primary disk we'll call it as okay. So in Windows C drive, in Linux we'll call it as slash drive. Okay, so right, so your Linux server is created. This is your Linux server. right? So how to connect to a Linux server, right? Right? So this is Linux server, right? How to connect to it? So click on, right? This is your Linux server. Click on connect, right? And this is your instance connectivity, right? This is your IP address, right? EC2-user, right? And click on here. It is the username. This is your public IP. How to connect to your Linux server? Simply select your Linux server. Click on connect. So right and connect. So yesterday I showed you multiple methods how to use git putty. Just try that. How to use git bash. I said right. So just try that. And there is a WhatsApp group, guys. So management will add you. Just reach out to management. Okay. Just reach out to the management. Okay. So this is your Linux server, right? So in Windows, we have a admin user. That admin user having full permission. In Linux, we have a root user, or we can call it as super user. So here I connect as a EC2-user. This is my username. If you want to know that, you can use who am I. Who am I is a command. Who am I? Sorry. Who am I? Right? EC2-user. Okay. So EC2-user is your user, right? So you need to change this to root user. How to change it? There is a command, guys, sudo su. This sudo su, right? So here sudo means switch user do, and again su means super user, right? Switching user do super user, right? Right now, if I run this command, I become a root user. You can see, right? But where you will see that 8 GB, whether it is attached or not, is your primary disk, right, of 8 GB of Linux server, right, attached to your Linux server, right? So how to right? Let me add the name called primary disk, right? How to add a secondary disk? Just click on create one. But before that, let me see in server level. You can use lsblk is a command listing the blocks. Just ignore unnecessary blocks. Just concentrate on this. Okay, this is the main one. Remaining are temporary. So this is your 8 GB. The disk name is xpda1. It is right. It is linked to which folder, mounted to which folder, slash folder. In Linux, if you want to see the list of files, you can use ls. Right, in Windows you can see the list of files, right? List of files. But in Linux, you can use ls slash. You can see. These are the list of operating system files. In Windows, you have operating system files, apps, Dell, drivers, users, Windows, program files, program data, multiple things, right? In Linux, in Linux, so you have, right? You have, right? So this ls slash command, okay, lsblk is for listing the blocks, and ls slash is for listing the files in a particular folder, right? Right. So now you have your D, right? This is just a part of class I'm showing, but Linux you will learn, right? I will take sessions separately, 4 hours. Okay. So anyway, so this is ls slash, right? ls slash, right? So right, this is the one, right? So right, what you need to do, right? What you need to do, you need to create a uh, right folder, okay? But here you can see 8 GB, right? So and how much is used, how you will know? Here you can see in Windows 120 GB free from 220 GB. Am I right? But how to check in Linux? There is a command, guys. So I will take all these commands separately, but just for your learning purpose, adding new disk in Linux. So I'm just showing. Just ignore it, but just know the commands. That's it. So okay, df disk use JS with headers. This is your slash drive. Out of 8 GB, how much is used? 1.6. How much is free? 6.5. Am I right? Right, you can get it right. So but now my thing is I want to, right, I want to do, right, so what I want to create a new folder similarly, right? I want to create a new disk called secondary disk, and I will add that secondary disk, right? I need to create another episode 1b, right? Same, create a new volume call. I want some 15 GB, okay, under 1b, right? The name secondary disk, right, and create. This is need to be attached, right? How to attach it? Select it, actions, attach. Attach to which server? Linux server, right? Attach. Now it is attached, right? Now it is attached. So now if you see lsblk, you can see 15 GB. Earlier you are unable to see, right? So two command, right? Few commands you need to run. One is create a folder. I want to create a folder called new volume because I want to link this my new 15 GB to this new volume. How slash folder is there? Similarly, I want to link this. Okay, I create. And next, what I need to do? I need to make this new disk XVDF disk is converted into some file system. In Windows, we converted into NTFS, right? New technology file system. In Linux, it should be EFS, okay, or XFS, anything is fine, okay, or ext4, okay. So how to convert? There is a command: make file system, nkfs make file system ext4 format, okay, and of which drive? Dev xvdf. This is your 15 GB, okay. So now it is converted, okay. Now we can link. How to link? Mount command is there. Mount this x, right, slash dev xvdf, okay, right, to new volume folder. Now if you see lsblk mount, earlier it is nothing, right? And you can see here under df-hs, right? Anyway, I will provide the command. Just try this as a practical, but I will take Linux session separately. Okay, there we will explain clearly more. Okay, so let me provide the commands. Okay, so just note down. Okay, just note down. Let me show one thing. Yeah, so before that, I want to show you one thing: how to remove or how to delete it. Okay, so how to delete it? First of all, you need to unmount this. You mounted, right? You need to unmount. Umount is a command. Slash new volume should be unmounted, right? So now you can delete this. How to delete a new disk? Select that. Go to actions. First of all, you need to detach. Okay, you need to detach that. Okay, once it will become available state, you can happily delete that. Okay, available, right? How to delete? Go to actions, delete. But the primary or C drives, right? Those are deleted along with the instance. If you delete the instance, those will be get deleted. Okay, so how to unmount this? Okay, how to unmount this? So you need to, right? First of all, you need to make it offline. Currently is online, right? Let me make it as offline, right? So, and right, how to make it as, right? So online, you can make it same. If you want to write, so it is offline, right? How to remove it? Just take this additional disk, right? D drive, right? Go to actions, you can detach. Okay, once it become to available, you can remove it. Okay, take some time, let's wait. So what we will discuss tomorrow, how to overcome this, right? So if you want to, there is a important data here, and you have your one right server in the AP South 1A. How to overcome this issue? So I want to add the same drive here as well. Okay, I want to detach from here. I need to attach this 50 GB data to this server. Usually it is not possible. How to overcome this? What is AMI? What is snapshot? Right? We will discuss that tomorrow. Right? This is available. How to remove it? Select it. Actions. These primary disks, right? These are will be deleted once you delete a server. Why? Because at the time of launching a server, you have selected one option here in the storage section. Okay, go to advanced of this 8 GB storage, right? You can see this volume is deleted. When it is deleted? On termination. You said yes, that's why whenever you delete a server, these volumes also get terminated. Okay, so right, so based on the uses, the instances are few types. So instances are instance types. One is on demand, on demand. Okay, on demand. So another one is right. So on demand means you have to pay the money to AWS, right? So if today dollar price is 50, tomorrow is 70. Based on the increase, it you will pay that. Okay, you have reserved. You can reserve your instances for 2 years, 3 years, and AWS will give you some discount on the bill. You have spot as well. AWS having some unused spaces, they can give it for a spot instance, but that will be deleted whenever you stop a server. Okay, whenever you stop a server. So where you will see all these billings actually, select your account name, go to billing and cost management. Here you can see your billing. Here you can see your AWS billing. So yeah, here you can see bills. So we'll discuss billing clearly in coming days, but right now you can see bill here. Okay, right? Nothing, right? So which is fine, right? So right now there is no billing. This is account. This account is recently created. Okay, right? So please make sure you are deleting everything once your practice is completed, right? So we have dedicated instances. Dedicated means AWS will give you a dedicated server for you. That will be some expensive. Okay, that means no one, right, helps to, right. No one helps to do that. Just note down this four. Okay, right? These are the four types of instances. Okay, we'll see volumes and how to overcome this issue, right? How to attach a disk from, right, server from one region to another, one availability zone to another availability zone. We'll see that. Okay, thank you.